What up, what up, what up? Happy Friday. J.TOY and Toys Visuals, and you know why we in here. This is Edison with J.TOY, session 24. I think it is, guys. Sorry that it's so late. Not gonna probably be on here for too long, but just getting my little edit time in. I was kind of just um before I got down here, or when I got down to the office, just kind of just decompressing. Got a treat for you first. Got a few things. So I got three things off top. First thing, we're working on a new project, and we're working on that new project inside Adobe Premiere. So this will be my first time on live in Adobe Premiere, and it's gonna be from the beginning to the end. And I also have a vlog per se ish that I may create in Adobe too, depending on how I go. I might switch to DaVinci, but I think I'm gonna stay through Adobe. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that project loaded on up. I hope y'all having a good night. The boy didn't drop. What I mean by the boy, your boy Iceman, formerly known as the artist Drake, has dropped 3 albums tonight. 3 albums. And I was listening to a little bit of hold on, let me get this project loaded first, y'all. Let me get this project loaded first. I was listening to it, y'all. I listened to the Iceman joint. And the jury's still out. The jury ain't out. The jury is deliberating on how repetitive it is. It's kind of hard to be called PDF and come back from being called a PDF to rap about anything. But as I was listening to though, y'all, to that project, I know we getting off topic a little bit. Did Kendrick did Kendrick make people stop liking Drake? Or did Drake quality of music change? Or did not evolve? That's my theory. I mean, he gonna give you some bars. Why this project not loading up, y'all? Hold on. I know I created it, right? 1 second. Let me get this joint loaded up. I'm talking about like I didn't boy, y'all should have seen y'all boy organizing this footage. Why is it I did install the beta because they got this color tab now to give you a little bit more color grading options in DaVinci. So, you know, we'll see about that. Okay, there it go, y'all. There it go. Boy, I didn't look, man, I didn't organize the footage to a T almost. Not best way of organizing, but semi best way of me organizing the footage. Got a couple of folders here. It was a pretty long situation. But back to the boy real quick, man. I've been a fan of the boy since So Far Gone Drizzy, right before the album, the mixtape with the peacoat, you know what I'm talking about. And them first joints was pretty good, man. Them first couple of tapes and albums, they were pretty good. But somewhere along the line, I stopped feeling the love, man. It wasn't no love up in there. So yeah, man. What I heard from So Far, I was like, he had a couple of bangers like at the top half of Ice, man. I had to get up off of social because that'll control your narrative too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and then another thing too, I tweeted out too, is that we as the consumers, we don't know what's real. So folks be lying. You know what I'm saying? Okay, what am I looking for? Looking for my sound bites. What I want to do with this project is to get all my sound bites I want to get all my sound bites cut. So when I start cutting, if I need some sound, I know what I need to get from. So I think um, Precious was first. That's his name. I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting some of that. And my last thing is that the kids, like if you a parent and you have kids got the best snacks, man. Hands down. Kids got the best snacks. Like, there's no adult snack that's better than kids snacks. Kids got the best snacks, G. And the best healthy snacks too, G. The closest thing that comes close is Trader Joe's chocolate covered pretzels. The dark chocolate ones, or the peanut. They got a dark chocolate peanut butter cup too. I bet. So here we go.
I want you to put the word out there. We back up. Understand me? We back up.
I'm excited. I'm excited, you know. It's a wonderful thing. My second day is on the way, so I see enough joy. I'm excited. I'm excited, you know. It's a wonderful thing. My second day is on the way, so I see enough joy. I'm excited. I'm excited, you know. It's a wonderful thing. My second day is on the way, so I see enough joy. I see enough joy.
So we're gonna keep all that too. That's a good cut off top already. I don't know where I'm gonna place it at, but I'm gonna place it.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know. But you know, I'm just, you know, excited. Second baby's on the way, you know. We take it to God, you know. God has been really good, you know, upon the family over the years, you know. That's one of the things we're very like. We're so very thankful for.
Might leave that in too. I gotta remember to cut. Can I take this? Can I put a marker? See, this is the reason why I be experimenting for these purposes right here. How to add notes. Notes probably not the right situation for that. You know, how my mic sounding, y'all? Anybody can tell me how my mic sounding? Adobe Premiere.
This is your brain when you're struggling to focus. And this is your brain when you're in the zone.
Hey guys, in this episode, I want to share how you can make notes using markers in Premiere Pro. There are generally two types. One is a sequence marker, which usually sits here at the top. And then secondly, there are clip markers, which sit on a particular clip that you would have selected. You can unlock so much more, especially if you have a timeline that is either very long and has a lot of clips, or a timeline that's just complicated and you want to remember stuff. Or thirdly, if you are working in a team and you like to make notes for the colorist, if you want to make notes for someone else who's doing VFX and all of that. So I'm just going to show you first how to do that on a sequence timeline. And what you want to do is press Alt on your keyboard and then click on whichever marker you intend to make a note on. And then you'll see that it has changed. You now have these two handles. It covers that entire clip, and then make a note. Just make it a note for this clip. Let me just make it another color. Let me make it mango. So let's say I want to make a note for this clip for the colorist, right? I can just drag pop up. So I can give it a name. It'll bring up this pop. I double click there. It'll bring up this pop up. So I can give it a name. I can say colorist. That's the name. And then we can even change the color of the marker. So I'll make it maybe blue. And then I'll just say, make it warm and vibrant. Oh man, what kind of note is that? But anyways, this is just for illustrating a marker that's a certain point, but just for you as well to remember if you're editing in stages tomorrow, do that for clip markers. So of course the temptation would be to do the same thing with clip markers where you hold down Alt on your keyboard and then you click, but you'll see that you can't do that when I'm trying to do it right now. So to do that on a clip, you need to first double click it, and then it'll open in your source monitor. And then in your source monitor, you can do the Alt thing, and then you click, and you drag, and then let's say we want to remind ourselves to put an effect here, just to remind ourselves to put a orange, I'm not so sure. And then just like that, you now have a marker here just to remind you again what edit you want to do later on.
Boy, YouTube's so powerful.
I'm excited. I'm excited, you know. It's a wonderful thing. My second daughter is on the way, so I see enough joy.
Intro. Precious. It's a sign of joy. I don't know if I like that way.
That's pretty much how you're working in a team, and you like to press Alt on your keyboard and then click on whichever marker you intend to make a note on, and then you'll see that it has changed. You now have these two handles on each side, so you can drag either to the right or either to the left. So let's say I want to make a note for this clip. Just make it another color. Let me make it mango. So let's say I want to make a note for this clip for the colorist, right? I can just drag it so that it covers that entire clip, and then I double click there. It'll bring up this pop-up. So I can give it a name. I can say colorist. That's the name. And then we can even change the color of the marker. So I'll make it maybe blue. And then I'll just say, make it warm and vibrant. Oh man, what kind of note is that? But anyways, just gonna show.
I should have just typed it in.
These are the most valuable customers you can get. People
I don't wanna
actively
see
searching
an
for your
ad,
service. But if
man.
your video doesn't get
God,
clicked, you lose them instantly. That's exactly why we built Clickly. Clickly helps you create YouTube thumbnails that actually get clicked, so more people discover your videos.
Hey guys, in this episode, I want to share how you can make notes using markers in Premiere Pro. There are generally two types. One is a sequence marker, which usually sits here at the top. And then secondly, there are clip markers, which sit on a particular clip that you would have selected. You can unlock so much more, especially if you have a timeline that is either very long and has a lot of clips, or a timeline that's just complicated and you want to remember stuff. Or thirdly, if you are working in a team and you like to make notes for the colorist, if you want to make notes.
So in Premiere Pro, we all know that if you click this marker button here, we can add a marker. But how many of you know if you option click, you can turn it to a chapter marker to label larger sections of your timeline? Now,
There might be no way. Because I could just do.
alternatively, you can also color coordinate them. So you can get pretty organized.
Daily tip number daily tip number 27. I think most people know that you can add markers in Premiere Pro, but did you know that you can actually change the length of a marker to go over a span of clips? Double click on a marker, and right next to duration, you can actually choose how long you'd like the marker to be. Now, if you don't know your time, you can just enter a time, click OK, and you can actually drag the left and right sides of these markers to kind of expand.
Okay. Now we're cooking.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know. But I'm just, excited. Second baby's on the way, we take it to God, Yeah.
Could be used for fast paste. Sorry about that. Hey man, a healthy pregnancy is a great thing to have. When I was telling Roger, I cooked with y'all for a few times while I saw you living at different spots.
Yes.
And to be able to have this event, virtually y'all second child at home, what does that mean to you? To kind of be settled,
I mean,
settled, but like it's a house.
Yeah. I mean, I've got God and I've got like very few people around me. That's the God Father over there. He's been a good friend. Come now, come. We just talking generally. Yeah. He's a godfather. You know, he's been a good guy. He's been a good friend. He's been a good brother. You know, he's looking out for me in every single way. And you know, we got on our side. We conquer world. You know.
That definitely was a question.
So you seen him becoming father? How have you seen him becoming father?
I mean, I think it's like that. I mean, we both got daughters. You know, it's all done in process.
I'm glad I remember that. It's okay.
Hey man, a healthy pregnancy is a great thing to have. When I was telling Roger name, you know, I come with y'all for a few times while I saw you living in different spots.
Yes.
And to be able to have this event, virtually y'all set the child at home. What does that mean to you? To kind of be settled, you know?
I mean,
settled, but like it's a house.
yeah. I mean, I've got God and I've got like very few people around me. That's the godfather over there.
I mean, this wasn't like super ideal, but I mean, with the audio, I mean, but it was like I really had no other place to kind of like do it.
Come with y'all for a few times while I saw you living in different spots.
Yes.
And to be able to have this event, virtually y'all set the child at home. What does that mean to you? To kind of be settled, you know?
I mean,
settled, but like it's a house.
yeah. I mean, I've got God and I've got like very few people around me. Got like very few people around me. I've got God and I've got like, I mean, I've got God and yeah. I mean, I've got God and I've got like very few people around me. That's the godfather over there. I've got God and I've got like very few people around me. That's the godfather over there. He's been a good friend. Come now, come. We're just talking generally. Yeah. He's a godfather. You know, he's been a good guy. He's been a good friend. He's been a good brother. You know, he's looking out for me in every single way. And you know, we got on our side. We conquer world. You know.
So you seen him becoming father? How have you seen him becoming father?
I mean, I think it's like that. I mean, we both got daughters. You know, it's all learning process. So we both learning through it, honestly. And everyone's gonna have different experiences about it. I would say, but it's doing fantastic. And he got two of them now, so he's ahead. I'm a little behind, but I'm not rushing. Overall, it's doing fantastic. It's good to keep well, the kids well taken care of. That's the most important thing. Keep their legacy. And we hope that we can do good stuff for them when we transition. You know? Yeah.
What does it mean to have friendship like that?
It's
I would ask you, what does it mean to have friendship like you?
awesome. He's not just a friend, he's a brother, you know. He's somebody that if I want to take any major decisions, you know,
And we hope that we can do good stuff for them when we transition. You know? Yeah.
What does it mean to have friendship like that?
it's
I would ask you, what does it mean to have friendship like you?
awesome.
I'm gonna watch Bowfinger now.
Mama, is Massa gonna sell us tomorrow?
I know something about Adobe. Like, I love Final Cut. I definitely love Final Cut. You know, I'm a Final Cut guy through and through. But it's something about cutting in Adobe that make you feel like you're cutting something. And I'm sure you get that like with with Final Cut, but Adobe like
What does it mean to have friendships like that?
It's
I'm asking him what does it mean to have friendships like you?
awesome. He's not just a friend, he's a brother, you know. He's somebody that if I want to take any major decisions, you know, I talk to like, hey, you know, I'm trying to do this, what do you feel? And he always comes through, you know, gives one of the best advice for me and my family, you know. I'm glad to have somebody like him in my corner.
How have you seen yourself grow and being a father?
I mean, a lot of changes has happened. You know, growth is something that keeps going. You know, I try to, you know, be that good example for my, you know, for my kids, you know, for my wife too. You know, just kind of like putting God first and taking things one step after the other.
The wife, man, talk about her strength and carrying the child for 2 times, man.
I mean, it's been a.
I don't know about that.
In my corner.
How have you seen yourself grow and being a father?
I mean, a lot of changes has happened. You know, growth is something that keeps going. You know, I try to, you know, be that good example for my, you know, for my kids, you know, for my wife too. You know, just kind of like putting God first and taking things one step after the other.
How have you seen yourself grow and being a father?
I mean, a lot of changes has happened. You know, growth is something that keeps going. You know, I try to, you know, be that for me and my family. You know, gives one of the best advice for me and my family. You know, I'm glad to have somebody like him in my corner.
How have you seen yourself grow and being a father?
I mean, my corner.
How have you seen yourself grow? How have you seen yourself grow and being a father?
I mean, a lot of changes has happened. You know, growth is something that keeps going. You know, I try to, you know, be that good example for my, you know, for my kids, you know, for my wife too. You know, just kind of like putting God first and taking things one step after the other.
The wife, man, talk about her strength and carrying the child for 2 times, man.
I mean, it's been a, you know, we just thankful. You know, she's a superwoman. You know, she's my backbone. She's my lucky charm.
Not the lucky charm, baby. Not the lucky charm. Talks.
The wife, man, talk about her strength and carrying the child for 2 times, man.
I mean, it's an amazing wife, she's an amazing mother, and she's an amazing person. And I pray, you know, we're able to still, you know, grow, love each other more, be there for each other, and just kind of like experience the new faces that comes with life.
You are a girl dad, man. So, you know, I got 2 boys. So I don't know if it's different, but can you talk about the experience and being a girl dad?
Yeah, 'cause I definitely don't know anything about being a girl dad. But they boys, ooh, I want to trade it for the work. What up? Shout out to the 2 views I got up here on at 1:30 in the morning. 3 views that I got up in here. Johnny 20 Toys Visuals. This is a baby shower project. I have been shot a little while ago, a few weeks ago now. 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. It could be 3 weeks ago, whatever. Right now I'm just going through the sound bites to just see what kind of sound I got. So once I start building in my story, I can just gonna put my sounds out.
You are a girl dad, man. So I got 2 boys. So I don't know if it's different, but can you talk about the experience of being a girl dad?
It is different. It is very different. You know, you can't be too hard on them. You can't be too soft on them too. You know, but I'll tell you one thing: is my daughter God. She knows my sport. You know, she knows how to get me, and she gets me good. I love Isla so much, and you know, the little baby coming too. I'm gonna love her equally also too. You know, they make me want to be a better person. You know, kind of like set good examples. You know, I'm trying to make sure I set the example for them through the way I love their mother. You know, this is how I want you to be loved. You know, kind of like I'm loving your mother in every way I can. You know, putting your mother first. And also too, you know, most especially putting God first. Most especially putting God.
Also, comments on loving his
How do you see yourself growing? How do you see yourself growing and being a your wife, man? Talk about her strength and carrying your child for 2 times, man.
I mean, it's been I got, she knows my sport, you know. She knows, she knows how to get me, and she gets me want to be a better person, you know, kind of like set good examples, you know. I'm trying to make sure I set the example for them through the way I love their mother, you know. This is how I want you to be loved, you know, kind of like I'm loving your mother in every way I can, you know, putting your mother first. And also too, you know, most especially putting God first. Putting God first. First.
Did you like before Rajane, before all of this, did you ever see yourself becoming this man that you are now?
Yes.
Did you like before Rajane, before all of this? Did you like before Rajane, before all of this, did you ever see yourself becoming?
I wonder why it's not
Did you ever?
a clip though.
All of this, did you ever see yourself becoming this man that you are now?
Yes. I remember during our first date, I told her then I was like, I'm gonna marry you. And days were by like I'm probably just scrolling through my phone, probably go scrolling through YouTube also to seeing the proposal video. It just kind of like brings so much memories to me. I've always been family oriented, I've always been in my own family, one in my own house, the backyard, just kind of like grilling on Sunday, just kind of like being with my family, something I've always loved, And I'm happy at this point in my life. I'm living that life, I'm living the things I've always prayed for. My dad set good examples for me, my mom set good examples for me, and I've got really good friends around me. I can't continue to mention them, Like I said, Papa Style, TJ, Aziz, Annie, lots and lots of people, Sam. I'm in good company to say that, I'm in very good company, I have people I can trust. And shout out to my neighbor Trish. I love you, girl.
No shade to your parents. I think as you become older, you see like the challenges of a parent. So how are you doing things different from your parents and your parents and your own children?
One of the things my parents did was they made us know like whatever we do, put God first. And that's the same thing I'm doing with my family also too, whatever we do, put God first, The Bible says God is the author and finisher of our faith, And I believe if you put God first, things goes better, things goes from good to best, or from good to better, That's one thing that my parents have always taught me, Whatever you do, pray. Things are getting good, pray. Things are getting bad, pray, And that's one thing I would say I'm living through, I'm just trying to make sure like my kids, my family, we know God, we experience God, which is as working our for us, and that's something I would say they put in me, and I'm trying to hold that touch to my babies also. Whatever you do, always be God first. As working our first.
Talk about the support of like the people who came through today. How that makes you feel?
My guy told you. Come on, man. Like I said, I have great people around me. You know, like I said, Tunji, Ty, Papas, Annie, Aziz, Sam. I've got amazing people around me. You know, Trish. These are people I know I can always look out for if things goes bad. You know, I call them my support system. You know, if anything goes wrong, if I'm doing anything, I can always reach out like, hey, I need you to help me, I know this, and I know for a fact they're gonna come true, no doubt. So I'm good for every one of them. You know, I love every one of them, and I hope the friendship keeps growing, and it goes from now to the friendship get more strength.
Boy, 41 minutes passed so fast.
Man, schedule C-section. How you feeling about going into the end?
I feel confident, I feel confident, God has done it before and He's not going to do it again. So I feel very confident, One thing we always do is to always pray, we always pray. We know God is going to do it, God has been grateful with Isla and with the new baby also too. So always pray, we always pray. We know God is going to do it. So always pray, I feel very confident, One has done it before and He's not going to do it again. So I feel very confident get more strength.
Man,
But I want to change this B2 so bad to Blade. Even though I know the C stands for cut. Even though I know the C
schedule. Schedule C-section. How you feeling about going into the end?
I feel confident, I feel confident, God has done it before and He's not going to do it again. So I feel very confident, One thing we always do is to always
like and subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe, please. If you up in here and you ain't been, if you new to the channel, new to the page, J.TOY Notorious Visuals, editing with J.TOY session 34. I'm tripping, session 24. We're about 43 minutes in. If you haven't already liked and subscribed to the page, please do that for your boy. Thank you.
pray, we always pray. We know God is going to do it. God has been grateful with Isla and with the new baby also too. He's going to prove himself again.
Man, any last thoughts you want to give up?
Sorry,
any last thoughts?
Just kind of like to the new baby. We love you. To the new baby, we love you. We can't wait to see you. We know you're gonna be a good girl, just like a big sister also too. You know, and I know you have the amazing family. You know, your big sister Isla, she's an amazing girl. She's an amazing girl. I must say I've spot her routine, but you know, we can't wait to see you. You can't expect spend life for you. You know, we love you. We pray that everything comes fine, and we just live in love. We live in love and we live in God. Thank you.
That wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad at all. Just got to find a way to make all this mesh. Though. I got an idea of what I want to do, but I don't have my beginning. I have my beginning, but I don't have my beginning. If that makes sense.
Oh, man, I gotta work my day. So there's another girl?
Yeah, I don't think I could be a boy mom now, since I've already been a girl mom. I don't think I can be a boy mom now, since I've been a girl mom for so long.
Look, do something. I gotta work tomorrow Monday.
Kind of know what to expect now.
They do be different too, though.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a seat so I can see next to you.
Probably not. No, all the water's gone.
Until you clear out, then we get started.
Okay.
Oh, what happened to that shovel? Oh, you can't really lean back in.
Yeah, I think he may have just sit wrong or something. Cause he was really shocked when he landed.
They gone.
Wasn't my plan, but we had to do what we had to do. Like, and then I didn't even think about the fact that someone has to clean this up, and it's definitely gonna be us.
I'm going to introduce yourself. You can just get while we're here.
Okay.
And I have questions from nothing, mate.
Okay.
And when you click on it.
I think I'm gonna keep that on. I think I'm gonna be a girl mom though. I don't know if I want that shot though.
Oh, man, I gotta work my day. So there's another girl?
Yeah, I don't think I could be a boy mom now, since I've already been a girl mom. I don't think I can be a boy mom now, since I've been a girl mom for so long.
Look, do something. I gotta work tomorrow. Monday.
Yes.
I'm going to introduce yourself.
And we are.
When you click on it.
Hi, I am Janae.
Why am I so tight?
And we.
When you click on it. When you click on it.
Hi. Hi. Yeah, I don't think I. Hi, I am Janae, and we are celebrating baby Darmala. Oh.
No, you good. Number 2, man. 2 times in. How you feeling?
2 times in. I am honestly excited. I just really want a healthy baby, so I'm not really.
Okay, what happened?
Hi, I am Janae, and we are celebrating baby Darmala. Oh.
No, you good. Number 2, man. 2 times in. How you feeling?
2 times in. I am honestly excited. I just really want a healthy baby, so I'm not really like pressed about like having another girl or anything.
How was this pregnancy for you?
It was very different, so I want to see how the end's gonna go. We are celebrating baby Darmala. Baby Darmala. Oh.
No, you good. Number 2, man. 2 times in. How you feeling?
2 times in. I am honestly excited. I just really want a healthy baby, so I'm not really like pressed about like having another girl or anything.
How was this pregnancy for you?
It was very different. It was very different. It was very. It was very different, so I want to see how the end's gonna go. It was very different, so I want to see how the end's gonna go.
What was different about this one than the first one?
With Isla, I didn't feel her like move or kick or anything because the placenta was on top. So this time I could actually feel all the movement and kicks and flips and everything. So it's a little different.
As a mother, Isla's too, it means new role than a wife. You know, what have you saw? How have you saw yourself grown in 2 years? Or just becoming a mother?
I think I've learned to be patient, like very, very patient.
Or just becoming a mother? You know, what have you saw? As a mother.
What up, Smoker Shoe? Yeah, I use DaVinci too. I'm on a quest to be proficient in the two that I really don't use, which is Adobe and DaVinci. A goal of mine is to cut, something feature or, episodic, like what we see on the Hulus, your streaming services. And from my information that I have gathered, I know a lot of people do use DaVinci, which my another point would be probably like now it really don't kind of like matter what you use because you can independently get distributed, but to like work in a close industry, you kind of got to be proficient and avid, and the pathway through that is Premiere. So I'm just back in Premiere. And to be honest with you, Premiere was the very first joint that I used though, like ever cutting anything. Probably like Windows Movie Maker, but Premiere was the very first thing I used. But I like DaVinci. I don't know. Sometimes with DaVinci though, it just seemed like overly complicated just to get set up, and I don't know how to like describe that. Like coming from Final Cut. Like if I just need to cut something, I can just cut it. I mean, obviously, I'm just going to the client or to some sharing place like your WeTransfers. Yeah, I get. I know it's kind of easy, but it is. But it's crazy too though because I did actually start it. Putting this project in DaVinci, then I just like I'm gonna just use Final Cut. I'm gonna just use Adobe. But too, this is the beta version, so Adobe got they got like this new color tab situation, so that's what it looked like. I haven't even played around in it, but yeah. Well, why would? What you mean? Why? Why would? You just talking about keep up. Mother instance to means new road in a wave. What have you saw? How have you saw yourself growing in 2 years, or just becoming a mother?
I think I've learned to be patient, like very, very patient.
Like and subscribe to the page for me. Like and subscribe to the page for me. You ain't gotta like it. Just hit the subscribe button for me since you up in here. You hit me with the comment. The subscribe ain't gonna cost you.
Like even when you don't want to be a parent, you're still gonna be a parent. So I just have to, mentally prepare myself for whatever wild card my daughter's gonna pull today. So.
Not criticism, not criticism. You use DaVinci solely. People be saying that. Why you don't use? Boy. Not criticism, not criticizing.
I think I do it not to be like shady or anything. A lot of things different. I'm very patient. I don't really believe in like spankings or the yelling or anything like that. Just taking everything day by day, step by step, just trying to be as patient and calm as I can be. But yeah.
Talk about Precious as a father. Talk about Precious as a father.
He's great. I mean, especially now.
Talk about Precious as a father.
He's great.
Talk about Precious as a father.
He's great. I mean, especially now, like with me being pregnant, he's full dad mode. So, and he enjoys it. He loves his baby. He loves girls. So he's excited. He's very excited.
Like you said, we talked about it a while back. It was supposed to be a schedule. He is a scheduled C-section. So, now how you feel about going today? You just like, let's go ahead and pop the baby on now.
I mean,
He is a scheduled C-section. So, it was supposed to be a schedule. Talked about it a while back. We talked about it a while back. It was supposed to be a schedule. He is a scheduled C-section. So, now how you feel about going today? You just like, let's go ahead and pop the baby on now.
I mean, I am a little nervous just because I'm going under the knife again, but I chose to do a scheduled C-section just because I feel like I already know what to expect as far as like recovery and all of those things. And I just feel like this time when I go in, it'll be a little smoother. I won't go in expecting to deliver one way and then something happens and I have to deliver another way. I already know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. So,
As a mother, do you feel fulfilled?
yeah, 100%. Like I feel like that's what I thrive every day is just to be the best mom. My life and my world revolves around being a mom. So, yeah.
Names for baby girl?
We don't have any names. With Isla, we had names. We knew her name, but this one, we don't have anything. We can't. Yeah, every time one of us brings something, it's no. So maybe once we see the baby's face, we'll.
And also too, you was able to celebrate this in your own home today. And when I came over, I was thinking like, y'all moved a few times. How does it feel like to kind of be
like settled?
Yeah.
It feels good. I'm so glad like we found somewhere, but I'm also glad that we took our time before we actually decided to like lock in somewhere. But yeah, I'm just excited, to raise our kids here, make memories here. So yeah.
I know, just to add, I know last time we kind of talked about like generational curses and this and that. Could you elaborate just on that?
Party people, your boy about to call it a night, boy. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. You feel me? This is J.TOY, Notorious Visuals. Session 24 or 23. Could be one or the other. We running it up. I'm gonna finish up this guy getting this logged. Finish up maybe a few more sound bites getting it logged, and hopefully next time, by the time I bring this project to you, I can at least have something on the timeline ready, and then we just gonna get it cutting, baby. So this is J.TOY Notorious Visuals. Appreciating you. Enjoy your weekend, baby. Hopefully I'll be back sometime over this weekend too to bring you guys some more. You feel me?